Hi guys, it's Paul from InternationalScaleModeller.com. Welcome to part 6 of International Scale Modeller's Techniques Guide. Today we're going to be covering canopy masking. I'll show my technique for doing that, the tools used and what have you. I'll also cover gluing the actual canopy to the fuselage, again my technique, the reasons why I do things, etc. So without further ado, we'll crack on with the video and we'll get going. I've cut off the actual relevant clear parts. Going through the Airfix kit, there's different call outs on it. I've gone for call out B, which we will give it a go with some of the mottling. Another bugbear of mine, I can't stand doing mottling, I'm absolutely rubbish at it, but we'll give it a go. Nothing to lose on this, it's just a kit for the forum. So that's what we're going for. So if you go through the instructions, you'll see the colour call out B. You'll find the relevant parts here for us. So there's B and there's A and C, so they have different front windscreens. The Adolf Galland one had a telescope sight in it, believe it or not, for him because he was short-sighted. But we're going for B, which is, I believe, one of the first 109 shot down over the UK. So that's what we're going for. So there's the parts we need. So that's where I've cut off here. They've been tidied up using sanding stick very gently to avoid the glass, and then a polishing sponge to finish it off and polishing everything up. So masking, various techniques, one of which Lee sent me. I'd never ever used it before. I gave her a quick go off camera and I could not get on with it. This is a laboratory film by it's called Parafilm M. I followed a technique online which involved stretching it to put it over the canopy. I just couldn't get it to work, Lee. I'm sorry, mate. I did give it a go. Not for me, and the general consensus online seems to be that most people don't like it either. I've seen results where it's worked, and it's worked really well, but for me, no. More hassle than it's worth that one, I'm afraid. Second way you can do it is with a liquid mask. So you can literally use a brush. This stuff's a liquid form mask. Once it gets reacted with air, it dries to a rubberized finish. You can literally paint it all over the canopy, following the lines, and then filling in the middle till you're done. It dries. It's quick. I don't think it works very well. Once you pull it off, you haven't got straight edges. It tends to pull a bit of paint off with it, and it's more hassle than it's worth, to be honest. So that's one technique I don't use. Only time I'll use this is if I'm doing a larger canopy. And as long as I've masked all the edges, because that's all I care about is the edges, to get them absolutely perfect, I may use a bit of this in the middle just to cover a larger part rather than chucking loads of masking tape on. But for me, it doesn't give a perfect edge, so I'm not keen on it. My technique involves Tamiya masking tape, various thicknesses. For this one we're using a 10mm, which will come apparent in a minute. Craft knife with a brand new blade. Always put a brand new blade in doing this, because if it snags, it'll ruin your work. So you need a nice crisp blade and a pair of scissors. Again, these scissors, I know a lot of people use these for cutting the sprue off the plastic off the sprues and what have you. These just get used for cutting masking tape and decals. So I know those edges are absolutely perfect, so I get nice crisp edges. Doing this way on this previous 109 I've done gives absolutely crisp, perfect screen lines, absolutely straight as a die, virtually flawless. I'm not saying it is flawless because nothing I do is flawless, but it gives a very nice effect. As you can see, I've put this antenna back on now, so it does work very, very well. So we'll pop that there out of the way safely. So what I'll do, I'll show this midsection being masked, then I'll do the rest off camera, and then we'll come back and I'll show actually attaching the canopy to the fuselage, sorry, to the aircraft now should I say. So three-piece, you've got the screen at the front, screen at the back, and then this section in the middle. What we're going to do on this is we're going to have a canopy open, so you can see inside the cockpit. That last one I did was canopy shut with a pilot in. This one's going to be canopy open. There should be two little lugs on here that actually locate just on the side there. I've took them off. The reason will become apparent in a minute because of the way I'm going to do this. And that's it really. So we'll put that to one side and I'll show my technique. If you're using tape, you haven't used it for a while, obviously this end's been left sticking out. It's, you know, it's been in the atmosphere, get hair, dust stuck to it. Take it out, rip it off. This is fresh because I've just ripped it off right now. So always ditch the first little bit. I take scissors. You've obviously got the perforated edge where you just ripped it off the Tamiya dispenser. I try and cut the edges straight as possible with the scissors. So what that gives us, we've got 90 degrees there, perfect straight edge, and a near perfect straight edge there. We take our Canopy, which 3 sides of this are pronounced. As you can see, the bottom on the left and the right have a lip. You can hear my nail catching it. The top doesn't as such. It's very slightly recessed. So to get a smooth edge there is quite hard. So what I'll do is I'll use this straight edge and put it there ready. So there's no cutting at the top and we know we've got a perfectly straight edge. We then line that up at the side there and at the top, just where you can see that little gap, which is just there. The beautiful thing is you can take the Tamiya tape on and off. So there we go, we've lined that up now. You can just see the line at the top there. There's the step on the top, which we'll follow when we're doing the top part. And if we imagine a straight edge across there, we've got that with the masking tape there. We've also used that straight edge we cut before as the front straight edge, so that's one less part we need to cut. We then use a cocktail stick to scribe the masking tape edges like so. So I can get that on camera, and then I use the flat edge we flattened before just to make sure it's pushed right underneath, so that when we come to paint it, we don't get any paint getting underneath that masking tape. So there you go. So as you can see, we clearly defined that edge now. Absolutely, you really can't miss that. So this is where you get your brand new blade in your knife, and I'm gonna have to concentrate on what I'm doing now, so I'm not going to be looking at the monitor like I normally am. So if you are a shot, I'm sorry. We then find the edge this side. Sorry, we find the edge this side and we lean our blade on it, and we lightly score down until you can't feel anything dragging, and that means you've gone through the tape and you're into the plastic. Exactly the same this side, right up against that left hand edge. And we're down, and this should come off, there we go, in one go. So as you can see, nice straight edges. Just going to push that fully down now. Nice straight edge. It's ready to be sprayed over once the rest of it's done. And then this will be left on right till the very end. It's literally the last stage of the playing for me, taking the masking off. So it needs to be, make sure that it is fully down and nothing's going to seep underneath. So I'll crack on with the rest of it. I'm going to use the exact same technique everywhere else, even on the rounded parts. We will literally put the masking tape over in one go, like so. Follow the edges again. It's the exact same technique all the way around. Try and use as many single pieces of masking tape as you can, because it makes it easy and you've got less chance of getting paint thrown onto the canopy. And even on the likes of smaller parts, use Tamiya 6mm tape, 2 straight edges, 1 down, away you go. The less you've got to cut, the easier it is for yourself. So I'll do all this off camera. Once I've done it, we'll come back and we'll glue them all in position. Right, okay. So all the canopy parts are now masked, as you can see. I'll zoom in a tiny bit so you can see. Let's move the light over. There we are. So each one of those sections has been done. The appropriate tape. Front screen, nice and neatly done. And the rear part as well. So I've also dry brushed on my cockpit again. Just got the gun sight to put in. I'll do that when she's all complete, because I can still get in there, because the sod's all going to knock it off again. So I'll leave it off for now. My preferred glue is Micro Industries Crystal Clear. Works really well. It does dry nice and clear. There's various other products in the market. You can use just normal PVA if you like, because this is basically what this is at the end of the day, but it's a modelling orientated product. So my application tool is the toothpick, the exact same one we were using before for scribing the masking tape. So in the case of, we just lightly get a coat on each part, and if you can see there, I'm just literally touching the part and letting the glue drag itself along. We don't want tons of this stuff everywhere, but we're gonna wipe off everything that gets squoze out now. So again, orientate your part. If I can keep you in shot, it'd be great. Pop it in place. Firm press down, make sure it's in the correct position, which is there. Then I'll hold it like so. Cotton bud, lick it in your mouth. Then we're wiping off the excess glue. It is going to move around, so it's a case of trying to hold it in the right, like that, you see, in the right position. Too many things to look at when I'm filming. I've got to watch the model, make sure you're in shot, and then look up at my monitor, which is literally what I do when I'm modelling. So I'm not looking at the model now, I'm looking up at the monitor, which as I do it, everything slips off. So we can hold you in position and you start behaving. Push down all the excess glue. We can remove with the cotton bud. Like so. It's all around the model. Make sure you got everything off. And sod's law again, it comes off again. There we go. It doesn't need much glue at all to stick. Virtually nothing at all, but because my fingers are tacky, it seems to be sticking to the front canopy. So there we go, there's the front one on. You can just see in. So yeah, I've literally just gone up to get a pair of tweezers in there and can get that gun sight on at the end. I can pre-paint it before I put it in. And away we go. Next bit is the rear part. In fact, we'll do the middle section first, tell a lie. Now, like I said before, this is going to be displayed open, so it's literally going to sit there like so. There were two locating lugs on it, but the reason I took them off, which will become apparent now, is because I'm going to glue it in position so I can paint it and it looks exactly the same as the rest of the aircraft. So I'm just going to put a couple of dabs of glue on so I can remove it at the end, take off the glue with a knife, touch up the fuselage sides, and then I can stick it in its open position. Doing it this way, I haven't got to try and fill up the void of the cockpit to stop it getting sprayed or spraying and what have you. And this is the way I've done it before, so I'm not going to put tons of glue on it. It doesn't really matter because it'll all come off anyway. Just get that little bit that's gone inside. Here we go. So again, orientate it round. You guys won't be able to see this. I'm just going to literally place it in position like so. I've no idea what's on my fingers, but it's very sticky because it keeps sticking to the bloody canopies. So there we go, there's that one in. Obviously once you stuck it in, don't be manhandling it because it'll come back off, as you've just seen. And also be aware with the glue that if you get it on the hand, the fingers that you're holding the actual part with, don't get it all over the screen. It's an absolute nightmare to get off. So we've got there, which has got the little cutout for the antenna. Which again, the way I do it is one of the last things. Try and do this review and shout without knocking this canopy part off, it'd be ace. There we are. Bingo. So there's the last bit in. Give it a firm little push. Yeah. Lick the cotton bud where I've still got glue on it. It tastes fine now. Honest. Remove the excess. And there we go. That hair off. Fantastic. And there we go, there's the canopy mask. I will admit there's one little piece of masking tape there that's not 100% straight. I'll rectify that off camera once that's all dried. It'll take 2 seconds to do. You spin it around. There's the other part there. So that's my technique for masking canopies. Like I say, I've got a few parts to touch up. Once this is all painted and sprayed, matte finished, a lot right at the end, the mask's going to come off. This canopy is going to come off and it'll be left in its open position. But like I say, attaching it now saves all that mucking about trying to mask the canopy off the plane, which you always get a little bit of overspray underneath, inside and what have you. So that's the way I'll do that. So as simple as that. The other thing I'll do as well, which I'll cover when I come to painting it, is before we prime this, that will be painted RLMO2, the same as the interior colour, so that when that canopy's open, that will be the colour that's on show. If that makes sense to you, so you're looking inside. Then I'll mask over it, prime over it, and then the actual aircraft base colour will go down. So that'll be covered in the next few parts when we get down to priming and painting. But that's where we are today. So that's rescribing covered, canopy masking and gluing covered. Hope you find it helpful. Again, as I always say, I don't pretend to be a pro model. I'm just a amateur like not everybody else, like most people. I just enjoy doing what I do. If I can help a few people, great. I'm happy with that. Right, so there we go. That's into part 6. We're all masked up, ready to go, ready for part 7. Off camera, before we film part 7, I got all the wing sections on, tail sections, any of the other little bits and bobs that need to go on ready before priming. Then I think part 7 will be over in the spray booth. We'll get some primer down and we'll start getting some paint laid on it, ready to go. So you'll see a bit of airbrushing and what have you in part 7 coming up next. So I'll get that filmed shortly and we'll get it up on the ISM YouTube channel. So Paul Up International Scale Modeler, thanks for watching today. Hope it's been helpful in some way. Or any comments or criticisms, what have you, please pop it in the comments section or on the forum as well. And I'll see you next time for part 7. So take care. Thanks for watching.